Nice. And granted, like obviously the pacing depends on your choices as the player and like how much time you take. I feel like the Abby days are shorter though. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think
but
so.
that could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's never felt like that to me, but we'll see how it plays.
Yeah, I haven't replayed this one as much as I've replayed the first one.
Yeah.
Dina?
Hey, look, more
Jesse?
red lighting.
Nice.
Where are those two?
Are you ready for From Beyond tomorrow?
Ready? No. Looking forward to it? Yes. I'll probably rewatch it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I always watch them like right before we go live. Oh, I tried this with Noah. I'm gonna try it with you as well. You don't have to watch, but I'm gonna stream it to Discord as well, so that you can better see, like, keep up with what's going on. There you go.
Interesting. It seems to be working.
That way, your commentary is not like 5 minutes behind what we're actually doing.
That's part of the charm of it.
Oh.
There's nothing better than hearing you react to something and having the anticipation of seeing what you were reacting to.
Is she pregnant?
Will we get another glitch? Who knows?
Yeah.
I get why you came out here. But we gotta take her back. She needs real care and she's not gonna get that.
Yeah, I know. I can't just leave.
We've said this a lot, but Jesse's a very likable guy.
He's out here because of me.
Jesse's awesome.
Maybe you could take her back.
She's not gonna leave without you. Screw it. Let's get Tommy. This aquarium that girl told you about. Tommy hasn't found Abby yet. We'll post up there until he does.
And you're good with leaving Dina by herself?
Her orders.
Okay. Let's go tell her we're leaving then.
I'll just meet you up front.
Yeah.
Dina's not looking so good.
She'll be fine.
Hey, babe. I need you to lock the door for us. Okay.
Well, for day 3, are you ready for a new Ellie outfit?
Oh, why not?
Let's do it. Your map showed the aquarium alone.
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
So we're hoping to find Tommy at
I
the
mean, why do you
aquarium.
think I'm uploading these as like 30-minute chunks?
Tell her you knew. That's...
Which we're now up to, these will post until November.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be done with Ellie's portion by the end of the year.
I don't think so. Nora said Abby's hiding out there.
You get her to tell you why they did it?
Well, now we can see what these computers are supposed to look like.
Joel
Yeah.
had, falling out with some
And
Fireflies.
I'm gonna try to finish the Walking Dead DLC this
We're kinda
weekend
falling out.
before
He
WrestleMania.
was a smuggler. And he
Woo.
disagreed about some
Yeah.
things. Fight broke out, some of them died. Guess they want payback.
Damn.
Logan Paul will
Does
be
that
there.
change anything for you?
Nope.
Everyone's favorite.
I need to get clear on
You
this.
know, so I have no context for him as a like YouTuber or content
Yeah.
creator,
You'll be leaving some of those
but
assholes
he is
behind.
a natural in
I should be back
WWE.
in Jackson.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I've heard he's actually put the work in. So
Yeah, he's the United States champion right now.
uh, yeah, his escapades in Japan are a good cautionary tale.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad that
Of-
he's
of
not
what
going
not
up
to do.
against LA Knight, but it is what it
I
is.
see a light through here.
Jammed?
Hey, look,
Yeah.
it's loading properly.
You ever worried they're gonna come back to Jackson?
Success, huzzah!
What do you mean?
I mean, we're going through a lot of their people. In their city.
Because of what they did.
Didn't Abby and her friends come to Jackson because of something Joel did?
This place isn't like Jackson. I mean, Joel and Tommy helped Abby when she got attacked. These people are trying to kill everyone around them. I mean, they shot you on sight, didn't they?
How long has Dina been this sick?
Only a couple days. When we first got here, she fucked up a bunch of wolves. You'd have been impressed.
I bet. You don't cross that girl.
My favorite part, upgrades.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we've used the shotgun a lot this run.
Yeah, the shotgun was a freaking lifesaver for you in a couple areas last stream.
My problem is I'm not good at stealth because I'm too impatient. I just want to like run up and kill everyone, and that's fine when you're not playing on a permadeath mode.
That's a good point. We do have that bloater coming up, so
Oh fuck!
be prepared for that.
Be prepared. I got a Molotov with its name on it.
That'll do 5% damage.
That'll do, pig. Dude, I watched Babe, the first one, like a million times as a kid. And
I
I'm
think I
kind of
saw it,
worried to
like,
go back
once.
to it.
It's one of George Miller's masterpieces.
It blew my mind when I found out that's who it was.
Yeah, it is an interesting filmography. I remember liking Happy Feet when I was a kid, but I don't know about going back to that one. That doesn't have a great reputation anymore.
Yeah, I remember thinking it was okay when I saw that in theaters.
Through here.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird movie that goes in a couple unexpected directions, and
I just
I don't know, I guess just because it was weird, critics were really high on it at the time,
Why didn't she tell me?
and
about
it, like I haven't heard great things about it recently.
I'm sure
Isn't that the one that Eric said it's some kind of propaganda?
Possibly. I mean, it kind of is, like, depending on your definition of it. I mean, like I said, that movie gets weird, but I also don't know it super well. I haven't watched it in over a decade.
Is that the one with Robin Williams?
Yes, and I think he
couldn't
plays
remember-
two roles.
I couldn't remember if it was that one or that Surf's Up, which also has a penguin.
I don't think he's in that.
Okay, we got two over
I
there.
remember wanting to see that. I remember wanting to see that when I was a kid, but I feel like I didn't miss anything.
Shut it. Take him down! No!
Well, that escalated quickly.
As all good things do. I've also I've been reading some Iron Man. It's pretty good.
Ooh, nice.
Ellie! On fire!
Is it as good as the amazing animated series?
No, but nothing is.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, watch the '90s Iron Man animated series on Disney Plus. Go into it cold. It's a brilliant work of art.
Oh, did you see that shot?
Do it again. I wasn't looking.
God damn it. No, but I'm reading the Michelini run from the 70s, and it's really good.
Oh,
I'm not really
cool.
an Iron Man guy.
Can you hear me? Whoa.
Yeah, there aren't many Iron Man guys.
I feel like that's not true anymore.
These wolves, man.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the comics.
They're at war with this fucking
Yeah.
cult.
Like, I don't know how many people who like the movie version
Seraphite.
actually read the comics.
Ours is all I've heard them called.
Well, to be fair though, Marvel makes it like impossible to get into their modern comics because they refuse to put out anything of quality.
Yep.
Although, Ultimate Spider-Man, fantastic. 10 out of 10 books so far.
I'm only hearing good things. I just haven't been sold on it personally. Just like with the premise and the direction they're taking it. Like, I'm just not interested, but everyone's liking it, so I keep hearing it's good.
Except for the
It is
originals.
wonderful.
It's a bunch of comics.
I don't,
Wait,
to be fair, I
what's
don't know if I
happening?
would like it so much if Spider-Man and in general was in a better place.
Like you, basically.
But when you're just
Oh,
like
yeah.
desperate for anything that is readable,
Marvel has been struggling with Spider-Man for
30
25 years.
Have you seen
Yeah, if
what's
you know, it's
happening
like
in the
long
new
time.
run?
I remember there was a new character people were really upset about for a minute. I don't remember his name.
Paul.
I haven't read a new Spider-Man. Paul.
Okay,
Everyone's
So
favorite.
I'm going to pitch you the concept of this book, or at least what it was. I don't know what it's like now, but when it started and why people were so pissed. Okay, so Nick Spencer spent his entire run trying to fix Spider-Man. You know, undo One More Day. He ended up undoing Sins Past instead because Marvel editorial got in the way. But he worked on getting Peter and MJ back together, which is what people really wanted, naturally. You know, see Peter grow older, get married, coming of age stuff.
Everyone wants that except for Marvel.
Peter and Mary Jane end up in an alternate dimension. Peter gets sent back to their dimension. Makes enemies out of everyone, the Fantastic Four, Avengers, etc., trying to get her back, only to find out that time moves faster in this alternate dimension. So she moved on with another guy named Paul, had 2 kids who may or may not be real, and basically blames Peter for doing bad things to try to rescue her when he didn't know if she was in danger or not.
Wrapped up here.
And their
Yeah.
relationship is set back to 0.
Do you know if she's gonna keep it?
Riveting.
I don't.
Yeah. And then he gets the sins of Norman Osborn.
Does
And
that include banging Gwen?
and turns evil and goes after her in the black suit because Spider-Man's an incel now.
This mess.
Yay.
Miriam. It's right next to that.
Oh, and
basement.
because Norman no longer has the sins of Norman Osborn,
Info.
he's a good guy who works with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man gets his own goblin glider.
Cool.
Doesn't this
I'd
just
buy
sound
that for
riveting?
$1.
Looks like we're swimming.
I've been saying for years, ever since I got more into modern comics and research on what's been going on, catching up on stuff. It feels like no one hates Spider-Man more than Marvel.
No, that's absolutely true.
If you just line up everything with One More Day, Sins Past, it's like, are you guys trying to self-sabotage his character, because that feels like what the only intention could possibly be.
And I can't help but think it's that when you release books like Renew Your Vows and Ultimate Spider-Man, which are exactly what the fans want, and those books outsell your main book.
Yeah, well, I never read Renew Your Vows. I should have, but that's part of my trepidation with the new Ultimate Spider-Man is Renew Your Vows was a really big thing for a minute, and it just kind of went away. And like no one talks about it anymore. It just feels like a footnote. Like I don't know if anything substantial came from that.
Well, to be fair, I mean both of them are alternate universe books anyway. Like nothing big needs to come of them.
Yeah.
And Renew Your Vows especially should have just been a one-shot. Or not like a one-shot, but like a one mini-series. But it got turned into an ongoing, which wasn't quite as good.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Ultimate is a completely different situation. It's a whole new... It's not just Ultimate Spider-Man in the universe, and they've got one of their best talents in Hickman writing it.
It's true.
But no, I really love the status quo of like a older Peter Parker. Not like, Spider-Man Reign older, but, he's in his 30s and he's married and has 2 kids. Like, that guy trying to become Spider-Man.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll probably wait for it to go on a little longer before I start checking it out, but everyone says it's good.
It's wonderful. It's the only book that I'm, like, subscribed to, for lack of a better term, on Comixology.
Yeah,
but I did try
like anything current I'm reading.
But I did try Ultimate Black Panther, and it's interesting. The villain of that is Moon Knight for some reason.
No, weird.
Not Moon Knight specifically, but Khonshu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's
playing with the different gods and stuff.
Yeah, it's like the Panther God versus the Moon God.
What's the related news?
This is so much easier when you have backup. That isn't incompetent.
Okay, now that's it.
Like, it's just with all the nonsense that's been going on with Peter,
I think you're right.
in particular for years, I'm in the camp of like, can we just reboot Marvel? Like, you guys had a good run. Like, just start over. Like, what's the point anymore? When something like the new Ultimate Spider-Man, like when that's what people are excited about and talking about, which is this alternate self-contained thing. And I'm not saying like that should be the status quo of like the whole universe. It's just like, does anyone care about everything like from the last 50 years being canon anymore? Like, just all the retcons, and it's like, does it matter? That's the question I'm asking. Like,
well, and I mean, I can't speak for other books because I don't follow a lot of Marvel's books, but Spider-Man in particular, it's fucked. Like, especially with this new Zeb Low run or Zeb Wells, I don't know how you come back from that.
yeah, just say it was all a bad dream. That's your best get out of jail free card. And I mean, granted, I know we've already had to kind of retcon and shift like historical stuff. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this. But like, I think like both Iron Man and Punisher were originally like Vietnam era characters for their origins, and then we kind of got away from that over the years. Punisher for sure.
Yeah, but I mean that's just sliding timescale in comics.
Yeah, which to a degree I understand, but then when you have a character like Magneto and people are still having that conversation of is Magneto too old? Can the Holocaust backstory with him still work, and that's a big one for me. Where once you get rid of that or change that, that's the big one where I'm like, then what's the point of this all being canon? Still, just start over. Like when
Well,
we
yeah,
get to that point, just start over.
But like Iron Man's origin being in Vietnam and Magneto's origin being the Holocaust are two very different things.
Yeah.
One of them is part of the metaphor of the character. Iron Man, it doesn't matter if it starts in Vietnam or World War III, it's the same concept.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
I looked up to Joel. What happened to him was messed up.
And with Spider-Man, there's just all this baggage, like sins past. It's like, it's almost pointless to even like go out of your way to retcon that, just because like the fans have, like everyone forgot about it, or just pretended it didn't happen. Like that happens a lot, where it's just up to the fans to say, nope, just ignoring that.
Not into your type.
Just don't reference that. Just pretend that didn't happen.
That's obviously what I meant.
The other thing I hate about Day 3 is a lot of these environments start to look the same.
True. I do like this little bookstore area with like the cute mushrooms and stuff, and they're like, yeah, I'm like, it's not something these characters would find appealing.
Makes you wonder,
Like,
do they eat mushrooms in this post-apocalypse?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Man, you cook them in some butter?
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Okay. What about you, smart
You don't put mushrooms in a stew, you fraud.
Mom only had this one kid.
Yeah, why not?
The Root Child. About this boy who turns into a forest to save his village.
Okay.
And now we're full circle with you walking up an escalator.
This one time, the boy just let the whole village die. It gave me nightmares.
That's dark. That's really sweet. She did.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Optify.
She's a sweetheart. She's gonna go crazy when she hears about this baby. Well,
This place is fucked.
blood's still wet. Let's get back to the street.
Yeah.
133. Game's like, will you fucking upgrade already?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I just really started to just not care about Marvel canon anymore, and like it all being one long epic story, is when the movies started impacting what they were doing in the comics, like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are actually Inhumans, and they're not Magneto's children anymore. Like all that nonsense is like who cares?
That era was rough. Remember when they canceled Fantastic Four just so that because Fox had the movie rights?
Yep. That wasn't petty at all.
That era was so annoying because that was the Inhumans are the real X-Men.
Yeah, they were really pushing those Inhumans for a minute.
Yeah, and then that show flopped.
That was an embarrassing disaster.
Oh,
That was
embarrassing.
how embarrassing. And granted, I mean that was Marvel TV, like that wasn't Marvel Studios proper, but that was still the first like big so the MCU can bleed moment. Guess that IMAX premiere was hilarious and a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Oh god! Shit. Ambush! I think he came from over there!
You have murdered a lot of people in this game.
I have.
There's someone here! Trespass! Why was that? Got her!
Move it!
You shot Jesse.
Got the dog too.
You animal.
I am not a human being. I am an animal.
Help me clear area. Track them down.
I did recently watch David Lynch's Dune for the first time.
Me too. I liked it.
It's pretty fun, but boy, does that third act just speed through everything.
Yeah, no, the third act is the biggest issue, but I think the first two acts are legitimately good.
Yeah, I mean, there's some corny, dated stuff, but I mean, it's paced decently well.
I love that corny dated stuff. I really like the set design and the costumes in that way more than I do the Villeneuve.
Yeah, I prefer the look of the Villeneuve one, but I do like a lot of aesthetic things about the Lynch one. The shields are really bad, and they only do them in like one scene.
My problem with the
Like
Villeneuve movies is, or at least the first one, because I haven't seen the second one, is it just looks like every generic modern sci-fi movie ever.
That's definitely less of an issue with Part 2. Part 2 really has its own identity, especially with just how they do the Harkonnen stuff. It looks really cool.
But you know what Part 2 doesn't have?
A pug.
Yeah, and Patrick Stewart holding the pug as he charges into battle.
As you would.
Dude, one thing you didn't warn me about when you told me about Psych was just how fucking good that theme song is.
Yeah!
It's so
Tell
good.
ya. It's like one of my favorite TV theme songs. I think I shared that with you before you started watching the show.
I've watched 8 seasons and 2 movies since then. I don't remember.
And I really like how each season there's like 1 or 2 episodes where they get someone else to do a cover of it or do a different twist on it.
Come here. Gotcha.
I like the Tears for Fears one a lot. There's a couple good covers of that song.
Also, I think I'm further justified in being annoyed about the whole Jules finding out. Because they kind of hint at them getting back together and then they just hand wave it under the rug. And then nothing becomes of that ever again. Nobody brings it up. Ever.
Yeah, well, I think I still think that's an important chapter to have. I wouldn't be happy if, like, at this point with the movies and the show, like, if she still didn't know, like, that is a place I still need us
absolutely agree,
get to.
but you can't just do it and then drop it.
No, that's fair. It also doesn't help that the final season's shortened and then she's written out, like, halfway through. Like, so it's like she's not even in that many episodes, like, post that whole storyline.
And
I
it's
still think
really
that's
weird that the final shot of the finale is him proposing, and then they're still not married by the time the first movie comes out.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a reason for it. It's because he's been looking for the ring.
Yeah, but I don't know if I buy that it took him 3 years to find the damn thing.
Yeah, that's one of those moments. It's different when you're watching it in real time and not, just binging it. But that was one of my favorite cliffhangers in season 6. I think midway through 6 was that episode I like a lot where Sean has that Nintendo DS that's missing, and he's freaking out about it like a child. And then the reveal at the end is, oh, the ring's in it, and he was gonna propose to her with it. And I was like, what? And then you fast forward years to like finally getting them married, and it's not that satisfying. It's like, oh well, we finally did that, I guess. It's just like if the final season had more episodes, and if Juliet was in it more. I mean, that's like a really stereotypical, cliche series finale. Like if they had gotten them married then, but I don't know. I'm glad we got there eventually, but
Yeah.
the
Oh,
payoff
and
wasn't that great.
Charlotte Flair is in the first movie.
Yes, that is correct. And John Cena has a cameo.
He does. And then they just ignore it in the next one.
And then they completely ignore it. That's fine.
I don't know. That stuff annoys me. If you're gonna do something, you have to pay it off.
Yeah, I think it's just meant to be.
Unless it's a post-credit scene. At that point, then it's dubious if it's like part of the movie or not.
Yeah. Well, it aired with commercials, and I mean that scene really it plays more like an epilogue, not like I don't know. It plays like a post-credit scene, or at least it did to me when I first watched it. But yeah, I got you into that show. You watched it quick, and full spoilers for anyone who has not seen Psych, but which is a pretty funny show.
It's alright. I'd give it a like 7.5 out of 10 overall.
I can live with that. Not every episode's great. And I still stand by that. I like how the Juliet knowing Sean's secret. I like how that resolves. Like, correct me if I'm remembering this wrong. I appreciate that she comes to the realization on her own. Like, oh, making you tell the chief that you're not really psychic. Like, that's selfish on my part, and I shouldn't be doing that. And like just the law of averages thing. Like, you still do good as a detective, and I shouldn't take that away from you. If I recall, like she comes to that realization on her own when Sean's like gonna make the choice. So I always liked how that wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that, but then they just hand wave out they're together again.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple
Also,
annoying, uncomfortable.
By season 8, he should not be that dumb.
Yeah.
It feels like he regresses instead of progresses.